And in the Q&A, they just continued to talk about more things and how they want to focus on open world content being the most important part. They further went on to say that yes, you can queue for BGs and get experience, but that will be just lowered, just a little bit, but it's not going to be as good as going out, questing, and running world content. And maybe one of the best things I see that they're doing to really keep a focus on the open world is by changing the Wrath of the Lich King's version of the Dungeon Finder into what they call the Random Dungeon Finder. They were asked a lot of different questions about this in the Q&A, and pretty much this was their answer. They said that yes, there is a Dungeon Finder, but with changes. There's only the Random Dungeon Finder, the RDF, while leveling, so you can't snipe specific dungeons. If you want something specific, you need to form a party and run there. There is no experience from completing anything in the Random Dungeon Finder. Instead, the experience has all been spread out across the bosses. With those changes to the game's Dungeon Finder, players are still going to form groups. They're going to put things together, they're going to form their own groups, and they're going to run over to the dungeon. And this is really what most classic players want, forcing the best way to level to be going out into the world, because if not, you're just going to end up with a world where everyone stands around in the capital cities, spams their group finders, then they stand around, they wait for that next dungeon or BGQ to pop, and we know we don't want that because that's pretty much what retail's like now. And again, I saw new content at the very start. There were, rewards, quests, there was a whole new quest area, and there's even a mini boss, and all of this was found before I even left Northshire Abbey. And one of the neatest additions, any of the mobs out there, the Defias, different soldiers, anything that's a humanoid, will have a chance of dropping a green item, which is going to directly reflect the exact gear that they are wearing. I think that is really neat. You can go out and farm, you can collect your transmog, and it seems like there's just so much out there. And on top of that, oh my god, what is this? This is world forged items. There are items spread out all over the world for players to find. Some sit out in easy to find places like, this food here, or this 6-slot bag just before you head into Elwyn. But other items are going to be spread out in caves and questing areas, and some are well off the beaten path, so you're going to be encouraged to explore every zone fully each time you get to a new area. And as simple as this is, and a lot of the items aren't all that great, it's still something really cool, and it adds an RPG mechanic to World of Warcraft